play to honor our ancestors who were buried with their sticks, and we will play to honor our grandchildren who would be given sticks when they're born.
Well, Redding, congratulations, first of all, on the movie.
Thank you.
You know, it was funny, when I heard Native American lacrosse movie, yours was not the first name that came to my mind.
Sure, I understand.
But you are part Native American, and you fit into this world so surprisingly easily, I thought. Was that one of the things that attracted you to the project?
Definitely. You know, I do have some Native American ancestry in Kickapoo, but it's far down and was not a part of my life. So this was an interesting prospect to be able to kind of explore that a little bit. And it helped me, you know, kind of feel really in touch and to feel the spirit of the people. And to be able to, you know, share their story, help share their story about them. This game has been in our blood for 1,000 years.
And it's also so interesting because I don't think I've ever seen another lacrosse movie.
No, this is really the first of its kind, truly pretty much all about lacrosse. And also starring contemporary Native Americans is another aspect of the movie which I love because we don't see that, we always see them in a period piece. So I think that's another cool thing about the movie.
America's fastest growing sport has spawned an amazing story. Yes! About a Native American team, the Crooked Arrows.
You've come a long ways, but there's more to your journey.
This is a genre sports film, but you know, we've got a really great story wrapped around it, explaining the history of lacrosse, what it means to the Native American people, what it meant to the ancestors, and how that you know, affects how they play the game, and how they live their lives. You know, there's so much heart and passion in the lacrosse world. We've got it here in the movie. There's a brother-sister relationship.
Unless you're Googling halftime speeches that don't totally suck, I suggest you put that down in coach.
And there's a father-son relationship.
Your words are strong, son, but your spirit is weak.
One of the things that I love about films like this is by the end, you are rooting so much for this
I hope
team.
so.
and you get, like, I mean, my watching it, I got goosebumps when those moments happened at the end. After doing the movie, are you able to watch it and still get that feeling?
Absolutely. I think I've seen it 4 times now, and I still get the last like 30 minutes kind of nonstop lacrosse action, and I still get, you know, caught up in it, and you feel the crowd get caught up in it, people clapping, and that's the kind of response you want. You know, it's an interactive movie, and it's really powerful. I think the story really plays the culture and the heritage of the Native American people in this game. Really plays all the way through it. Can bring some people to tears, I think, in the audience. So that's it. You know.
And what's it been like? I know it premiered in Syracuse, and I understand there was a large Native American community came out for that. How does it feel for you to know that you're bringing to a community something that they didn't have, and they felt overlooked for so long, and now here's the first thing, and you're the one who's bringing it to them?
It's a small piece, it's a small thing, but it means a lot, I think, to honor them in this way, to have the first real lacrosse movie, honor the history and the heritage of the people that created it. I think is really powerful, and I think it does mean a lot from those I was able to speak to in Syracuse. And we had a lot of participation by the Onondaga Nation, which is largely in the Syracuse area. They're helped finance the movie and have been a big part of it. So it's a really cool thing. You know, it's opening up a lot of doors and conversations, and so that's, anytime a movie can do that, it's a good thing.
I'm a Crooked Arrow.
Just real quick, you have a new series starting soon, right?
Yes.
Called Partners?
That's right.
Can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. It's by the creators of Will and Grace, and it's about 2 partners, architects, best friends since they were kids. One is gay and one is straight. So it's about them and their love relationships.
What do you think? It reminds me of that house where we used to play Nintendo when we were kids. Remember? I hated that house. I made out with Philip's sister in that house. I made out with Philip in that house.
Dave Krumholtz playing the straight architect, and Sophia Bush is his girlfriend, and Michael Urie plays the gay architect, and I'm playing his boyfriend. So former club-hopping alcoholic who's now a reformed, sober vegan nurse.
Are you embarrassed that I'm a nurse? Wyatt, my love, come on. Of course I am. How could you not know that? Alphaba, stare blankly if you agree with me.
Wyatt's basically like Mr. Rogers, kind of very nice, very gentle, and a little bit dim-witted, which is where the fun comes in. Mr. Rogers wasn't dim-witted, but Wyatt is, so that's where the humor comes in for him. So.
And were you surprised when they came back to you? Because you did a guest spot on Will and Grace.
I did, yeah. It wasn't because I don't think they remembered me. I stepped in the room and reminded them. I said one line, they didn't. Max and David didn't really remember me. We had a good laugh about it, but it certainly didn't get me the job. I had to, but it was it's funny to come full circle. Can't say it. It's funny for that to come full circle now, anyway.
And will that, with the TV show, will that keep you from pursuing other films, or are you looking for other stuff? What do you look for? Your scene in Zack and Miri was absolutely hysterical, and able to do so many different things. What do you look for?
It's a story. It's an opportunity to do something maybe that I haven't done before, a character that I haven't played, and I've been really striving to do comedy. So that was what was great about this opportunity with partners. It's comedy every day. My job is to make people laugh, so that's a really cool thing. And I'll have time in hiatus when we're not shooting to hopefully do some more film work.